In MantisProperty, we have a number of features that have been built specifically for business brokers to make their lives easier. One of these features is the secure data room, which allows you to give your potential buyers access to confidential documents and files related to a business that they may be interested in. You can also revoke this access if you ever need to, and it can be tied into the confidentiality agreement system so that you can automate access or have manual control over access. Under the Preferences menu, you can go into the confidentiality agreement screen, which allows you to update the confidentiality agreement terms here. You can also specify options such as requiring the upload of a photo ID, only requiring a contact to fill out a confidentiality agreement once per year instead of on every new inquiry. And there's also this option here to automatically give access to the data room of a listing once the CA has been filled out. If you tick this box, then once a potential buyer has filled out a CA for a listing, they will automatically be emailed those documents. Otherwise, you can manually control it via the data room tab under the listing, and I'll show you how to do that now. So in a business listing, you have this documents tab here, and when you add a file or document, you have a tick box here to select whether that particular document or file will be accessible in the data room. This way you can add other documents to the listing that you don't want to share through the data room. If we scroll down here, we can see that we've got an information memorandum and a brochure, and tick that to appear in the data room. And then we have another document here that we've said we don't want to appear in the data room. Now, to give access to the data room for a specific buyer, you just click on the data room tab here and you add a contact. Simply add the contact in here, and you can also set the status of whether they're active or revoked. The good thing about the revoked status too is if you have it switched on to automate giving access to the files when a CA has been filled out, it will stop those people that have been revoked access from automatically gaining access again. So in here we can see that we have a contact here and the status is active. Once you've added a contact, you can send them a link, and this pops up with this screen here where you can send them an email or an SMS. It automatically populates the email and the SMS content, but you can adjust that if you want before sending it out. As part of the email or the SMS is an access code that they enter to get into the data room. Once they've clicked on the link, then they'll go to a page like this with your branding, telling them the title of the listing, and they simply click the I'm not a robot tick box and enter the access code. This then gives them access to any files that are in the data room for that specific listing. If you need to revoke the access of someone for a specific data room, you simply go back into the listing, into the data room, and click Edit. From here, you can then just change the status to revoked, and that will prevent them from being able to access the data room even if they enter their code. Access to the data room for a listing will only be available when that listing is live or active. If the listing is marked as sold or withdrawn, then all data room access for that listing will automatically be disabled.